We're all on this quest for more discipline, right? But what if the whole hustle culture mindset, forcing yourself through everything, is actually making it harder? Today, we're going to explore a completely different path, one that's rooted in a quiet, ancient Japanese philosophy.
Think about it. We're so used to this idea of discipline as a loud, aggressive battle. But this quote, it just flips that on its head. It suggests a quiet, internal strength. It's not for Instagram, it's not for show. It's about a personal, dignified endurance that, frankly, doesn't need anyone else to see it.
So let's just call it what it is. The hustle culture lie. We're constantly told to just push through, to fight resistance, and treat our willpower like some kind of weapon. But you know what? That approach is just exhausting. It's not sustainable. It turns every single thing you have to do into a fight.
Okay, so look at this breakdown. It really shows the core difference. On the left, you've got the hustle approach. It's all about force, it's loud, it's brittle, and honestly, it just leads to burnout. It frames everything as a battle. But then, on the right, you have Gaman. It's about endurance. It's quiet, it's flexible, and it's actually sustainable. It's not a battle to be won, but a state to be endured.
And that brings us to the heart of this whole idea, the art of Gaman. See, instead of fighting against resistance, Gaman teaches us to find strength in the quiet moments, in the stillness. It's about building a much deeper, more lasting kind of discipline.
So, what is Gaimon really? Well, the characters themselves kind of mean self-restraint, but that doesn't even begin to cover it. It's this idea of enduring something that feels almost unbearable, not with clenched fists, but with patience, with dignity. It is, pretty much, the definition of quiet resilience. And this right here, this is the crucial shift in your thinking. This isn't about just trying harder or summoning more willpower out of thin air. It's about changing your entire approach, from pushing against a brick wall to just calmly enduring its presence. It's a subtle change, but oh man, is it powerful.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds a little bit abstract. But here's the really cool part. There's actual neuroscience that explains why this whole philosophy works so well. It's not just some nice idea. It's a way to literally reset your brain to make the hard work feel easier.
It sounds totally backward, doesn't it? I mean, why would doing something you don't want to do make it easier to start another thing you don't want to do? It feels like it should just drain all your motivation, right? Well, the answer is all in how our brains deal with pleasure and effort. The science behind this is a process called stepping the trough. It's all about dopamine, our brain's motivation molecule. When we intentionally do something effortful, we cause this temporary dip, a trough, in our dopamine. And that little dip forces our brain to reset its whole baseline for what it considers rewarding.
So here's how that dopamine reset actually plays out. Step 1, you practice Gaman by doing something you don't want to do. Step 2, your dopamine level takes that quick dip. Step 3, in response your brain goes, whoa, okay, and it resets its baseline for what feels good. And then, step 4, this is where the magic happens. The actual work you need to tackle suddenly feels less difficult, maybe even a little rewarding by comparison.
Okay, so we've got the theory down. We know the what and the why. Now let's get to the fun part, the how. This is where we turn Gaman Atanasen and all this brain science into a real, practical tool you can use every single day.
And just look at how simple these are. We are not talking about running a marathon here. A 60-second cold shower, a quick set of 10 push-ups, or just avoiding your phone for 15 minutes. These are tiny, contained acts of Garmin Stathlosopton that are absolutely perfect for stepping the trough and hitting that reset button on your brain. And it is so important to remember this. The point of the cold shower isn't to get clean. The point of the push-ups isn't the workout. The real goal is to use these small, deliberate challenges as a tool, a mental reset button that prepares your brain for the important work you actually need to do. So as we start to wrap this up, what we've really uncovered here is a totally different kind of strength. It's not the loud strength of the hustle warrior. It's the quiet, resilient strength of someone who actually understands how their own mind works. It's about completely redefining what discipline even means. And that's really the bottom line. This whole idea just flips the script. True, sustainable discipline isn't about muscling through and trying harder. It's about understanding your own brain chemistry and using these little tricks to start smarter. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. It's not what huge mountain are you going to conquer. It's much simpler. What small, quiet challenge, what little act of Gaman
Can you endure today to reset your mind and get ready for what really matters?